Good morning, entrepreneurs, and welcome to show number 90. Can't believe the number. If you're here for the first time, I am Kim White. I am the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team and community, and I am joined by the famous interview king, media personality, Adam Rothenberg, who is the founder of the callmeadam.com entertainment platform. So, Adam, thank you for joining the show with me today. And we just want to come out of the gate and confess this is going to be a silly show with some great tips in it. We'll call them that, Adam. But we just want to confess we've got quite the lineup of silliness for y'all.
I'm very excited, Kim, for today's show because it is the last full show of the year. We are going to be having some, I just want to tell everybody some behind the scenes, if that's okay. We are going to be putting out some holiday messages while we're on break, and the next full show will be in January, but we are very excited you are with us today. And while I'm at it, let me tell everybody who GME is for. And GME is for anyone who is thinking about entrepreneurship, is an entrepreneur, or has been at entrepreneurship for a long time. It is also a place to grab ideas, find answers, and be inspired about things you can do in your business.
Love it, Adam.
Thank you. So I think with that, we should go into Entrepreneur Land.
Well, I'm going to giggle and tell everyone the theme for today is the magic of creating a business tradition together. And I have to giggle and say my hat is part of that tradition that we've created around here because I've had this hat for over a decade. And every year it's a funny to see who's paying attention because on this side it is embroidered naughty and on the other side it's nice. And so I normally have started out with one of them and then switched it in the middle of something to see who's actually paying attention. And it's been a funny tradition going on for a while, but true confession, I'm afraid I will have a wardrobe malfunction if I pull this off and turn it around. So y'all are getting the naughty side all of this show.
Oh my gosh, I love it, Kim. And I love the idea of creating a business tradition together in that it's not something that you have to do by yourself. It's something that you can look forward to doing with other people. And even if you don't have a team with your business, you could do it with other colleagues that maybe they're your clients and maybe you start some kind of tradition with them. So I think there's a lot of ways to create a business tradition together.
Yes, and it's fun and something to look forward to, I think. I do want to give a little bit of I'm going to set this play up, Adam, because we are going to go to the GME Chronicles, but I want to just tell everybody quickly, we just celebrated, and we'll be telling more about it in January, but we just celebrated 3 years of the Fire Up Mastermind community, which is incredible. And the numbers that you see in the Chronicles are what have happened in the last 3 years. So it's not something that all of us started out with, at 100. We all started at 0. But that's the numbers that's how quickly they can add up in such a short period of time when you're doing something collectively. So I definitely want to go to the Chronicles, but keep in mind, our sweet viewer, you can do these things too. If you haven't started doing some of these things, pick something that will help your business to grow.
Thank you, Kim and team. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the GME Chronicles. My name is Jill Olish, and we have some updates to share with you today, December 13th, 2024. Thank you. The GME Chronicles is the celebration of moving the needle in our businesses, and we want to share these numbers out loud with you to show what is possible when we come together. Last week included 4 Pilates classes with Kat, the Age Agitators Club with Yvonne, sticky note time accountability, email bootcamp for Fire Up Masterminders, rounds 29 and 30 of Fire Up Mastermind, and 2 sessions of Groundwork Brigade Mastermind. Congratulations to the Masterminders who have started round 30 of Fire Up Mastermind. Welcome to this round. Kat posted 1 new blog, Adam posted 1 new interview, My Sexy Business posted 1 new blog, Kat and Yvonne went live with the Salty Sisters live stream, and My Sexy Business went live with GME, show number 89. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you never miss an upcoming show or a new clip. 5 new podcast episodes dropped last week. Go give them a listen. We had Sisters in Service with episode 176, Mucked Up My Self-Care with episode 85, 5 and 15 Interviews Leadership Series with episode 45, Leave Bloomer Living with episode 209, and Buckets and Boomgates with episode 85, which was also recorded with a live audience. On Clubhouse, Adam and Denise hosted the My Sexy Business Not Creepy Room on Wednesday, and on Thursday we held the 16th Walk and Talk with the community. You can connect with the Roving Reporters through the GME directory. Head over to mysexybusiness.com/GME and connect with all of the Roving Reporters right there. Last week's number of 23 brings our grand total to 6,018 amazing things done collectively by this community since December 2021. We look forward to more updates coming up next year. If you are ready to join in on the fun around here, tonight we will be having the My Sexy Business Holiday Potluck Dinner with the Fire Up Masterminders. And please join us in January for Sticky Note Time Accountability, the live audience recording of the Buckets and Boomgates podcast in the BBG studio, as well as the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit coming up January 10th. For now, we'd like to wish you the happiest of holidays, and we look forward to seeing you in January. Back to you in the GME studio.
Love it, Adam. And I want to point out we're over to the side. Let's do our cheers.
Cheers.
We're off center for a reason, because we are like bringing the whole crew up for this next part. So cheers to the numbers. And Jill Olish, you did a fine job of collecting and chasing, I'm going to say, tracking down all these numbers from the masterminders to put that together. So over 6,000 amazing things within 3 years is just, it's incredible. It is incredible. So as a crew, we all want to wish Melissa Bottorff-Airy a happy birthday today. She is one of our sweet, we love her dearly, and we just want to say happy birthday, MBA.
Happy birthday, MBA.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And then we have a little something for somebody else that's up here with us. There might be another milestone celebration that I want this crew on stage to watch your face, Adam. And we're presenting it in a different way so that we can be up here and watch your face. So it is for Adam. It is in celebration of many milestones. But Adam, before I even push play, I have to say how proud I am of you. It is an adventure. I'll say that. It is an adventure. And so I'm very proud.
Thank you.
So here we go.
God, thank you.
We're so proud of you, Adam. All of us are. And you know that just you are representing so many things in this. 16 years, over 2,000 interviews, 1.4 million visitors. And that's just in the last little bit. So that's impressive, Adam.
Thank you very much. That was a wonderful video. So much fun. And I am just great that I get to celebrate these milestones with everybody here and, of course, with you at home watching. So thank you for being part of the celebration and for helping me celebrate these milestones, which is important to do.
I love it. Jill, Kat, and Denise, do you want to say something quick to Adam?
Adam, you've just been, I've watched you grow and all the things that you're doing. And so I'm just going to say I want to be like you when I grow up.
It's pretty impressive to see the numbers rise in just a few years, mainly because we just had to really count and to make sure we knew. So congratulations on this milestone. It's absolutely incredible to see you grow.
Adam, you've done so much work. You've given it so much effort and TLC to make all this happen. And I love that you do it with a smile on your face wherever you go. So thanks for sharing.
Thank you. I couldn't have done this alone, and everybody on this stage has definitely been an integral part in helping me and so many others that are not on stage with us. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for helping me get to here.
Well, congrats, Adam. And we're going to have to move on, or we're going to just keep gushing over you for the whole show. So.
No, we have a show that we have to finish out. So we have to keep it moving, as Kat would say.
And I have to give the giggle of Adam is the associate producer and bougie bus driver behind the scenes, pushing all of us to do what we're supposed to. So I'm giggling about Adam. We'll just talk about you the whole show.
No, we are going to move into our next segment, which is Military Minute with the freaking fabulous Kat Crociato.
I think it takes courage to join the military. I think it takes courage to build a business. Where does your courage come from?
For me, and I'm only going to speak for myself, my courage comes from moving forward in something that I'm not sure about. So signing the paperwork for the military, I didn't know what to expect, but it's understanding that you walk forward into something and you don't know what you're going to find, but it could be something amazing. The one thing I love about veterans and military altogether is that when one thing doesn't work, we go forward and we think, this isn't working. Let's go this way. And I think you have to do that in business too. Sometimes you have to backtrack, unlearn things. That's what we had to do in boot camp, was unlearn a lot of things in boot camp that we weren't used to saying, doing, etc.
Business can be hard. Boot camp and business, what do they have in common?
It's all about learning something new. It's all different. The uniforms are different. The people are different. The way you do everything is different. And business is like that also. You're doing things that you never thought you'd do, but all of a sudden you're doing them. And you know my story about learning new things in business. I want to learn. I may not be good at it, but I want to learn. And so I think it just makes you a better person. I think it makes you a better entrepreneur. And boot camp is there to make you a better person and make you a better soldier. And understand that the people around you are there to help you.
I love Military Minute. I have to confess, I am just a plain old green civilian, and I love Military Minute.
Me too. Kat always has something wise to say, and listening to her talk about boot camp reminds me of some of the boot camp classes I used to take before the pandemic. And oh boy, I sometimes felt like I was in the military with the way they ran those classes.
I think that's funny, Adam. So I want to talk really quickly about some of the things we do in this community, because I think when people come in, they sometimes don't understand all of our silly speak about things, because we do an email boot camp, we do a social media boot camp, we do some things, but do not be confused. That is not the military style. Like, don't be confused by that. And this community means so much to me. I'm just going to really just probably get melty for a minute. Sorry, y'all. But this is the last day of the year that we're going to all be together. We'll be together tonight at the potluck dinner. And when we leave from here, we won't see each other till the new year. But I have to tell you all how much I miss all of these amazing humans while I am gone for this few weeks, because they mean so much to me. And Adam, I know you love these people too. It's a crazy thing when you think about business. Everybody wants to just make their own way and do their own thing. And I get it, but you're missing something so special and so amazing when you're not doing it in community. So business is definitely better together. And that's my little, I'm going to miss everybody, but I just want to say how grateful I am that this community is here.
Kim, I am with you on that we're very lucky to have such an amazing community. And these next few weeks that when we're on break, it's definitely challenging not to want to message someone to say hello. And because a lot of us turn off our notifications while we're on break, so we don't even know if somebody messages us. So there's that too. It's not that we don't even see each other. We hardly even talk to each other during break.
Yeah. And it's actually intentional. Let us just put this out there real quick. It's intentional because as much time as we spend together during the year, it's good to miss somebody for a minute. Not longer. Let me just say that. Not longer than that. But it is good because you can sit back and realize how much they mean to you. So just saying that. Well, somebody who means a whole lot to us in this community, and I'm going to laugh and say this is Donna Bender, aka Mrs. Claus, with her Surprise and Delight marketing segment. Donna Bender is a master givologist, branding product strategist, corporate marketing trainer, published author, host of The Big Show and Tell, summit leader, and GME Roving Reporter.
It was a month of client cheer, gifts all over the place, gratitude and thanks to be delivered for our clients to embrace, handwritten notes with goodwill in each line, in hopes that our clients would continue to shine. Corporate team members were snug in their chairs, having finished their training on building relationships beyond just office affairs. A giving plan was the reason. We created client lists, budgets, spreadsheets, and charts. The purpose was how showing appreciation increases business, which always warms my heart. When all of a sudden I heard a loud hum, I sprang from my desk to see where it came from. I ran to my office because it sounded like a crash. And there on my computer was an email that made my heart flash. The words on the screen were so lively and warm, from a client expressing how much we transformed their business, their goals, their dreams we'd enhanced. So much gratitude flowed. It made my heart dance. I sat down at my desk and started to reply. I will admit I was a little melty. I cannot lie. For in every relationship, big or small, gratitude's the catalyst that grows them all. And one by one before my eyes, they jumped off the page. Had I won a prize? Now testimonials, now referrals, now requests to place new orders on thankfulness, on gratitude, on appreciation, on reorders. My message has been, give without expectation, with no strings attached. And by giving gifts that are thoughtful, meaningful, memorable, and useful, they will keep you unmatched. I am passionate in finding the best products and gifts for you to give in this way. But remember, messaging goes beyond just a company logo. To me, it's about who will I inspire today? With my new book in hand, The Art of Giveology, I have been asked to share what's next year looks like for me. Working with entrepreneurs and corporate clients is my specialty, and working more with their younger teens would be my ultimate legacy. As I sit back in my chair with a heart full of glee, I know showing gratitude is the answer and my secret recipe. Client relationships will always be your true guiding light. So remember to thank them when no one else is by using surprise and delight. And from the bottom of my heart and with all of my might, I wish you a happy, healthy holiday season, and to all, a good night.
Oh my God, Donna Bender. I love her so much.
Me too, Adam, and she did such a great job with this. She's always coming up with something fun, but her message is actually very serious. She knows how showing gratitude can build your business and build those relationships that keeps you in business long term. So Donna, we thank you for all that you do. Excuse me, Mrs. Claus. We thank you for all you do throughout the year and all the gifts that we've received from you. We thank you. Let's point, Adam. Let's point at the graphic for her YouTube page, because Donna started a YouTube page just recently, but she is doing so many fun things. She dresses up with everything. Oh, I'm pointing the wrong way, aren't I? I don't know which way to point, y'all. But she is doing so many fun things, but with a very serious strategy behind it. You can learn so much from her. You can get inspired. She does have branded merchandise branded merch. She does have those kind of things and ideas and suggestions. And I can go on and on, but she delivers it in such a fun way. Y'all don't want to miss out. Entertainment value alone is worth the price of admission. So go to @DonnaBenderGiving on YouTube and subscribe so you don't miss out on her fun things.
And somebody else that we don't want to miss out on in the community is our next roving reporter, who is Jill Olish, with a segment on mama entrepreneurs.
Jill Olish is the ambassador of moms, founder and leader of the Mama Outspoken Village, published author, podcast host, executive team leader of My Sexy Business, host of the Vision Board Party, associate producer, and GME Roving Reporter.
Thanks, Kim. I wanted to share one more tool, this time for work. My favorite tool right now, and I think I might have talked about it before, is my project management tool. I love having everything that I need to work on in one place. So that's going to be what I'm going to do for my podcast and what my husband and I are going to talk to on it. So our clips and social media posts, what I'm going to write in my emails, if I'm going to do a blog or not, what I have task-wise for my team, for My Sexy Business, what I need to do for Mama Outspoken task-wise. And even I use it to plan out some things, like my checklist for camping for my family and my shopping list for my groceries. But I can literally put everything that I need to for any of my businesses in this one spot, and it be just there. I can go from there to other places. I can stay inside the app, but this project management tool, mine is ClickUp. Find one that you love if you want all of your stuff in just one place, because that has been a game changer for me in staying organized in my business. So go take a look if you're needing a spot to stay organized in your business at a project management tool. Back to you in the GME studio.
Oh my God, Jill Olish, I love everything you talk about. We have talked about our grocery list. Jill and I have an accountability session every week, and we have talked about making our grocery lists and how that helps keep us on track to make sure we are not buying unnecessary things. And I have to tell everybody about Jill's book. Another great way to get to know her and her story is her book, Mama Outspoken. I honestly, like, if you haven't read it yet, you have to go to Amazon or Jill's website right now and put it in your cart and order it, because I learned so much about Jill and her journey with postpartum depression, rage, and anxiety. And I work with Jill every day, and there were so many things I discovered about her that I didn't know, and about what she went through. And the book is such a great tool for anybody who is pregnant, is thinking of getting pregnant, has maybe had some of these feelings that they're not aware of or didn't know what to put to it. Jill's book, to me, is the answer for all of those things. So I recommend that you get it. And if you have that mama in your life, it makes the perfect holiday gift.
Oh, I love that ad, Adam. Jill is a phenomenal human, because this book is very vulnerable. She shared things in there that a lot of people have a hard time, being open and honest about. And she put herself out there. She made herself very vulnerable, and it comes at a cost. Let me just say that to y'all. It comes at a cost when you're that vulnerable. Like, there's a lot of melty that goes with that. There's a lot of things, but because of what she's done, she's also opened up a space, we'll call it, for other mamas to come and know they're not alone in that journey. Because I think we're always on that healing journey when something traumatic happens. And I think it's just a beautiful thing. Jill is also one of the leaders for the roundtable that we host in January called the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit. She's been a part of it, I think, from the very get-go, like from the beginning. She has participated in that summit. It's a quarterly event that we host, and we just want to mention it so that you're invited. It's a roundtable session where our masterminders come in and kind of tell all, Adam, is what I'm going to call it. They're very vulnerable themselves in this, because no one wants to be judged. No one wants to be made fun of. No one wants to have someone look at them in a different way. Like, sometimes when we share stuff, people are funny. They want to keep their mask on, and they want you to keep yours on. But the roundtable is just the opposite. It is talking about the experiences of what being an entrepreneur is like, because it is not for the faint of heart. When you own a business, you have different requirements, is what I'm going to call them, different responsibilities. So it's an extremely important event to our community. And we do it quarterly. The next one is in January, like I said. But the theme for this one is clarity, community, and collaboration. And we have discovered that apparently C is one of my favorite letters. I didn't intend to do that, but it's kind of humorous, because clarity, I do think, comes from, being in community. I think collaboration comes from being in community. I think the three of them go together to give you more clarity. So, you can go whichever way you want in that route. I think you come out with all three when you hang out with us for very long at all.
Well said, Kim. And the only thing I want to add about the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit for you watching is that if you want to participate in the summit, we have a live chat feature on all the platforms. So wherever you're watching Good Morning Entrepreneurs right now is where you can watch the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit as well. And we have a chat feature so you can contribute to the conversation and give insight into what we're talking about.
Thank you for adding that, Adam. I forgot to mention that. And I do think that that's an important part. The replay will be available if you can't be there live. We get it. No pressure from us. No unnecessary pressure is one of our mottos in this community. But if you can be there and you can participate, that is a lovely way for us to get to know you too, and you to be able to interact, is what I'll call it. So You are watching Good Morning Entrepreneurs. We are so glad you're here with us today for show number 90. Can't believe it. And today's theme is the magic of creating a business tradition together. I do want to share really quickly how to connect with the Roving Reporters, because honestly, this show wouldn't be what it is without all of them putting the effort that they do in every week. If y'all haven't figured out, this is a weekly live stream where, you can get different kinds of information from each of them, and they always bring something amazing to the table. So I am going to attempt, Adam, to share my screen and show how someone can connect. So you have to tell me if I'm actually sharing it.
Kim, you are actually sharing.
Good. So this is the page that you go to at mysexybusiness.com/GME, and those are little GMEs. But this is the page. You can find this red button that you can go back and watch the past shows. These are our beautiful roving reporters waving at you now. And this big red button, if you go to this big red button and you push it, you are going to find the way that you can connect with everybody. So I want to encourage you to do that, because honestly, some people are unapproachable. Like there are communities that are unapproachable. You couldn't talk to like the leaders, and these are all leaders. Every last one of them is bringing so much to the table. If you resonate with whichever one, connect with them. And that's the simplest way to do it.
And we can't wait to hear from you.
That's right.
So one other thing we love on this show is a question of the week. We get all sorts of questions from entrepreneurs all over the world. And this week's question is, what is the value of having a community?
So I'm going to come out of the gate kind of like spicy. And that is, I don't think everybody should have a community of their own. I think you should belong to a community and learn how to work inside of a community. But I don't think everybody needs to have a community. And the reason being is, if you don't have I'm going to call it the determination. If you don't have the determination to show up for that community and be there long term, not just for a minute, then I think you shouldn't start a community. I think when you have a community you belong to, it's an investment in people. It's an investment in other humans, other business owners. For us, we have a community that's a home for entrepreneurs, but not everybody wants to do what we do behind the scenes for taking care of everybody and doing all the things. So if you want to entertain the idea of having your own community that you run, it's a wonderful thing, as long as you understand you're responsible for everyone who joins it. You're responsible for making sure all is well. You're responsible for like a lot of things. So you can join some communities where it's like crickets or a ghost town, an old West ghost town, by the way, where you're walking down the boards on the sidewalk and all you can hear are your footsteps and the wind blowing. There's nothing there. That's not the kind of community you want to build. So ours is definitely probably the wild, wild west still, but it's not a ghost town. It's not empty. So I think that that's an important thing to think about when you have a community. Now, belonging to a community, Adam, we can speak volumes of that. Belonging to a community that's the right one, where you can get support and feedback and you have relationships and you're building more relationships. I think everyone should have that.
I agree, Kim. I think the value of having community is that you have, like you just said, the support of other people. You can bounce ideas off of, you can get feedback, you have a place to go to ask questions. And sometimes the things you bring up can spawn a conversation amongst everybody, because if you're thinking it, chances are somebody else is thinking it. And it may take you some time to find the right community for yourself. I know I had to go through 2 different communities before landing here in the My Sexy Business community. And I am so grateful that I did, because it is a very supportive community, and we're here for you. And I feel like you can be who you are, and you can get the support you need.
Our community wouldn't be the same without you, Adam. So I am so glad you landed here as well. Let me say that. And I feel that way about Jill, Denise, and Kat, who they don't know it, but I'm popping them up on the screen again for a second. A surprise. So here's the thing. I just want to take just a second and would you all answer that question as well? What is the value of a community, of having a community to y'all?
It's for me, like having my own personal support group that are like just there for me, who help me through. A lot of it is like bouncing ideas off of, and just knowing someone's got my back.
A lot of someone's have your back.
Definitely lots of someone's. I feel like it's a connector for me. It grounds me to know that other people know that I'm out there in the world. I'm not by myself. It can be lonely. It can be maddening. It can be exciting. And it's really great to have somebody to share those things with, and somebody that cares. So
Love it, Denise Millay.
I think for me, it's, you need a community if you're going to be in business, because you get stuck. And if you're lucky, you find a community that can is your second family. And that's how I feel about this community. There are no questions that are off topic. If you have questions and you keep asking the same question, and that's okay. And that's me, because I'm an ABC 1, 2, 3, and no one cares. They keep answering the questions. So
we care very much, Kat, and we will continue to answer those questions. So I want to give one more explanation of the community that I think is important, and that is, when you are an entrepreneur, you can talk to other people and they don't have a clue what you're talking about or going through. And I think that's the amazing part of our community, is everyone understands what each other's going through, even though they're all in different industries. They're at different places on the journey. There's questions that you have that other people just look at you like deer in the headlight, and not even reindeer in the headlight, just plain deer in the headlight. I think that's an important part too. So Kat is half of the Salty Sisters. Let me just say that. She is one half, Adam.
She is one half of the Salty Sisters. And we are going... Now I just totally lost my place because you said me I'm so different. I think we're just going to do a reverse here. Kat is one half of the Salty Sisters, so we're going to go to her segment on entrepreneur, on oh my gosh, on health and wellness for entrepreneurs.
Kat Corchado is a proud military veteran, health and wellness professional, founder of Small Space Pilates, movement specialist for injury, illness, and cancer recovery, podcast host, published author, and GME Roving Reporter.
Why did you feel that it was important for you to add cancer exercise specialist to your certifications?
cancer is one of the most prevalent diseases we have. It affects everyone, every gender, no matter your age, kids, adults, whatever. I felt compelled, and the course is the doozy, y'all, and the test is even bigger doozy. But I thought that, anyone who's suffering from any kind of ailment, but specifically cancer makes you feel as though you can't do anything. And as a cancer exercise training instructor, I can work with someone's oncologist, with their PT. I'm part of the team. And working with someone who has cancer, even if they can only do a few steps, because that's what a journey starts with, a few steps. But if they can increase those steps to more steps, to where they're able to do it on their own. And studies have shown that people suffering from cancer, if they're able to keep working out at whatever level that is for them, that it helps them to recover. That's what I'm hoping, is giving people back that ability to move, even if it's a little bit, because cancer makes you feel as though you have no control over your body. But if I can give some people a little bit of hope, a little bit of movement to get them to feel better, then I feel like I've done what I was required to do to help them. I'm super, super proud of that certification.
We're so proud of that certification for her. Let us just say that. But I want to tell you what an amazing human Kat is quickly, because Kat does so many things to help other people. She feels like everybody has the right to feel good in their body, no matter what they're going through. And Kat she gives a free week to her community, Small Space Pilates. So let me just throw that in there so you can come and test the waters. But Kat is doing something. By the time we see you all again, we're going to be talking more about it with more details. But she is doing, and I'm going to read it to make sure I don't get it wrong. It's the Keep It Moving 11-minute fitness challenge, January the 21st through the 25th. I don't care what fitness level you're at. I don't care where you're at in your journey, whether you're like a pro athlete, which she helps, or somebody like me who had to relearn to walk after COVID. Like, there were so many drastic things that go on in our lives. Our fitness and moving shouldn't be the thing that we discount and throw to the back burner. Kat teaches all of us how to do that in a very short period of time. So I am going to say, if you care about your health at all, you need to join Kat's challenge, Keep It Moving, and do the 11-minute challenge that she has for all of us. We'll all be there in January with her. And I'm just going to put it out there, Adam. That's that.
Well, somebody else who also shows us how to keep it moving, but with playfully, is the other half of the Salty Sisters, and that is Yvonne Marchese. We are going to go to her segment on entrepreneurship later in life.
Yvonne Marchese is the president of the Age Agitators Club, creator of the Aging Playfully Play Shop, podcast host, published author, branding photographer, summit leader, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim. This is Yvonne Marchese coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. I'm your resident age agitator, here to talk about later in life entrepreneurship. Let's talk about a powerful trend that's reshaping what it means to start a business later in life: the rise of the purpose-driven entrepreneur. For many older founders, it's not just about profits. It's about creating something that truly matters. After decades of life experience, we start to ask the question, how can I leave the world a little better? And that's where meaningful businesses are born. Maybe you've seen a gap in your community, or you've got an issue that you're very passionate about solving, or maybe you've got a lifelong skill that you've found a way to turn into something that helps others. These purpose-driven ventures aren't just businesses, they're legacies. Here's the thing: building with purpose attracts like-minded people, customers, partners, and supporters who believe in what you're doing. And the joy of knowing that you're doing something that makes a difference, that's priceless. That's all for now. Back to you in the studio.
Oh my God. Oh, I thought you were saying something.
I'm just loving it. I'm sorry, Adam. I'm just like, I love the whole concept of leaving a legacy that way.
Yes, me too. And one way that Yvonne is helping so many people leave a legacy is through her amazing podcast, Late Bloomer Living, where she interviews so many entrepreneurs that have started later in life or they've reinvented themselves later in life. And this holiday season, this holiday break time is the perfect time to get caught up. She has 209 episodes and they go by like the snap of a finger. So I highly recommend checking it out and learning about some of these amazing humans that Yvonne is spotlighting to find out what legacy they're leaving.
I love it, Adam. I love that we all listen to Yvonne's podcast. We love getting to know the people that she interviews, and how she finds all of them, I don't know, because that's a lot of people that she has brought into our lives. So love it. Thank you. Thank you, Yvonne. And thank you, Adam. And someone else who helps us in so many ways. Let's just be very clear about that. She is busy helping entrepreneurs be I can't even get my words out. Let me back up. She is busy helping entrepreneurs be findable online. It is our findability queen herself with this segment. Denise Millay is the findability queen, search marketing consultant, technology simplifier, host of the virtual scavenger hunt, published author, summit leader, and GME roving reporter. If I am going to start working on my findability, do I have to hire someone for SEO? Do I have to hire someone to work on it?
No, you do not. The first part of this is really understanding your content, your client, who you're looking for, who you're looking to connect with, and trying to find those relevant things so that you're serving helpful and useful content to them for what they need. And that is something that you're doing. You're creating content anyway for your business. So it's really just honing in on the connections and the language that you should be using in your content to make those connections first, and doing the writing and the inserting in the appropriate ways of formatting so that it'll show up in search engines. And I believe that's something everybody can do. It doesn't need any special. Obviously, if you don't have time to do it, learn what it is so that you know what you're asking for, and find someone to do the tasks for you, but understand it yourself, because it is really not difficult. It's plain and simple.
Plain and simple, Adam.
Yes. And I have to say, Denise Millay has been so instrumental in helping me become more findable online that I can't encourage everybody enough to reach out to her and to I just lost all of my words, but to go to her YouTube channel at Findability Queen, because Denise is, it's one place that Denise is sharing her wisdom on how to be more findable online. And she has so many great clips on there that can help you get started on your journey. And if you've been on your journey of being more findable and you're feeling a little stuck, go to Denise's YouTube page and get some tips there as well. So she can really help you, whether you're just starting out or you've been in the world wide web for a long time. So I love Denise and the tips that she has given me. I feel like I'm just like living proof that her tips work. So go to her YouTube page. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you know when she posts all her new videos. You'll get the alert and you'll become more findable online.
So she's helped us set records on our website. Let me just say that. And Adam, I'm going to tell on you again, 1.4 million visitors just in the last couple of years because of implementing what Denise has said. So definitely go and subscribe to her channel so you don't miss out on all the things. And I'm going to say, with the 1.4 million visitors in mind, I want to go to our next segment, Adam, in Entrepreneurs in Entertainment. Adam Rothenberg is the interview king, media personality, creator of the Call Me Adam entertainment platform, published author, podcast host, red carpet correspondent, associate producer, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim. It's Adam, and I'm back in the closet for yet another edition of Behind the Curtain. And today, I want to share another excerpt from my 2023 interview with Ben Jackson Walker, who played Romeo in the hit Broadway musical and Juliet. I love how Ben talks about staying present to keep his mind from wandering, something I feel it's important for all of us as entrepreneurs, so we can stay on track with the tasks we need to get done. And so how do you keep it fresh for yourself every night?
We're kind of lucky because we have, all these amazing people who are covering all these roles and our swings that are going on. There's not many times where we have like the full cast, as it was when we first cast it on at all times. So there's usually somebody new that's in a new track, or sometimes, I'm interacting with somebody who's covering a role. And that really helps. That really I've found is something that can just like shake things up a bit. Or I'm like, oh, they said this line in a completely different way. That makes me feel like a completely different way that I'm used to feeling. And it kind of like wakes me up a little bit. It makes you really have to think and focus. And then the other thing I would say is just, like there are definitely times where like, in a long run like this, like I have felt myself like start to not focus because I'm used to going through, the blocking and what I'm going to say. And that's kind of, always the death of being alive and being fresh in the moment. So I really try to, approach each time. Like if I feel that happening, I just kind of, before I step on stage, I have to go back to, well, what is it my character wants right now? What is it I'm trying to get? Because if you're focused on that and focused on telling the story, you're not ever going to zone out. If you're not, then you're probably going to zone out. You're going to be an autopilot. And that's not the place to be for anyone.
Well, I hope the next time your mind starts to wander, you'll think about this conversation and refocus your attention. That is today's Behind the Curtain story. It's back to you in the GME studio.
We are refocusing our attention and going to the interview king himself's entertainment platform. I want everybody to definitely go to callmeadam.com and check out all of the interviews. We've decided, Kat and I decided several shows ago, it's easier to make a list of who Adam doesn't know than who he does know. So callmeadam.com. Go and sign up for his digest so you'll be in the know with all of us. We're in the know, Adam.
I love it, Kim. And something else I love to know is going into our next segment of Princess Speak.
So our Princess Speak word of the week is waffle-ing. This is something, and I know I'm laughing because like I will have a wardrobe malfunction. Let me say that if I take the hat off. So just put the crown on with the hat. But waffling is our word, and waffling is an important thing to recognize in yourself and help yourself not to do. When you waffle, it's like trying to ride both sides of the fence. You're waffling about taking a vacation, but then you don't actually take a vacation. You're waffling about working, but you're not actually working. It's really important not to waffle in your business because you will not do a good job either way. You won't do a good job of being on vacation. Like we're going on vacation, and y'all, I'm telling you, we're really going on vacation. So just want to say, I think that this is important for y'all to be aware of.
And Kim, I'll just add to that I agree. If you're going to say, I'm going to be on vacation and you're not available, then don't be available, because the minute you answer one email, whoever you just replied to, and they write back, they're going to expect another reply and reply until your conversation is done. And then poof, McNugget, there goes your vacation, and you worked the whole time.
I love the poof McNugget part.
Trying to figure out how I can put that in my whatever I'm going to say. It doesn't work. I think for me, waffling is, especially in business, and you're not sure about something and it keeps coming up and you're waffling on it. And if it keeps showing up, I'm like, okay, I need to pay attention to this. And sometimes it's as simple as just saying, I just need to do this. Yeah. And especially in your personal life, you keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. Finally, you say, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And then you do it and you feel amazing afterwards. You're saying, I'm so glad I did this.
Good job, Kat.
I think waffling can show up in many, many ways. And I think one that I've experienced is you're trying to build something or you're creating something, but you're kind of afraid to put it out there. So somehow you make everything have to be perfect. That delays getting it done. And well, this isn't done yet. And this isn't done yet. And this isn't done yet. And that could go on forever. So at some point you have to say it's very good enough and take the leap. Otherwise you can kind of churn in the worry. So
good answer, Denise.
I'm afraid of waffling when it comes to putting myself out there, because I don't want those who are looking for a solution from me to be confused by what I might be able to offer, or what I retract and what I'm able to offer, or what I decide I'm going to put out now, but I'm not going to put out next week. So I tend to be cautious of things, and what everyone else has said is very true. So keeping an eye out for ourselves in what we decide on is important.
Kim, can I just add one more thing that's really important? Yeah. Can I just say poof McNugget? I just want to say it.
I love it. So sweet, viewers. Poof McNugget. Make sure you're not waffling on anything. We hope you have a great holiday. We hope that you are creating traditions, and we will see you all when we get back. We won't actually see you all next week. We'll see you in the new year. Love y'all.
Join us next Friday at 7 a.m. Central. This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.